cinema lovers? We are Cinema Squad coming at you with episode 4 of our podcast. You can go check out our website, cinemasquad.wordpress.com. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, like us on Facebook, all that good stuff. I am Dylan Boyd, and I'm here with my series regulars. Darren, how are you doing, Darren?
Doing good. Ready to talk some movies?
How about you, Will?
I'm doing fantastic.
Miller?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's just jump right into the news. Today was a good day for Deathstroke fanboys like me.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck took to Twitter, took to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and every social media he has, and shared a very cryptic video of Deathstroke. Now, it was live action Deathstroke, everything. There's been a lot of speculation around it, what it means, what movie it's for, if it's for the solo Batman movie or if it's for the Justice League movie. Now, in the video, he is coming out of the flying box, what Batman uses basically like carry around the Justice League, and he builds it for the Justice League in Justice League. And so, presumably, footage is from Justice League, but we'll just have to see and wait for official confirmation. And then, after all of that went down, Humberto Gonzalez over at The Wrap. Take this with a grain of salt, by the way. Humberto has a hit-or-miss track record, so just take this with a grain of salt. But I think Humberto was just kind of guessing on it, but I think he's probably just kind of right. He reports that Deathstroke is the main villain of Ben Affleck's solo Batman movie. I think that Deathstroke that was test footage from the solo Batman movie, or maybe it's a scene from Justice League. Who do you think is playing Deathstroke, and do you think that he is the main villain of the Batman movie? Will, what do you think?
If that is footage from the solo Batman movie, it's not official filming, I don't believe.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because Batman, as far as we know, whatever the new Batman movie is going to be called, Batman, as far as we know, should only be in pre-production. Last I heard, they don't even have a solid script yet. They're still working on it. You know, Ben Affleck's writing it himself, and he's on like a third draft or something. So they might even be bringing in somebody to rewrite Ben Affleck, you know, the guy who won an Academy Award for screenwriting.
No, I don't think they'd be bringing in someone.
If it's from Batman, I think it's little more than a costume test.
Yeah,
that's okay. That's still cool. That still is awesome. It could also be a post credits teaser for the Batman movie. You know, that's going to be.
Yeah, but I don't know why they would reveal that this early.
I would hope
why they would reveal that at all.
There's a chance that Ben Affleck was doing what he was supposed to be.
It does look like Ben Affleck filmed that in his laundry room.
Yeah,
like you can see the water heater off to the side or something.
Well, do you think because there's the rumors of Joe Manganiello playing him, do you think that could just be a screen test for him?
It could be. It could be a number of things. And see, that's the thing. Humberto Gonzalez really broke the whole, you know, Deathstroke is the main villain in the Batman movie thing. But it's been picked up by everybody. And the fact is, we don't know that. We don't know anything other than, oh, look, there's a DCEU Deathstroke. That's all we know.
Well, to be fair, Humberto has been hiding this apparently for a couple of weeks now. It wasn't just because that video came out. It might, well, I don't know. With Humberto, it might have been just because that video came out. But apparently he's been hiding this since after he saw Suicide Squad or something like that.
Well, if I'm the king of bullshitters, which Humberto Gonzalez definitely is, I mean, I'm going to do that too. I'm going to say that too.
After he saw Suicide Squad, he tweeted a picture of Deathstroke, and everyone thought he was teasing a post-credit scene for Suicide Squad, but now he's saying that's what
Where's the picture of Deathstroke that he tweeted? Does it match up with the footage?
No, it's
just a picture of Deathstroke. It's just a picture of Deathstroke from Deathstroke. It's from Deathstroke New 52, Deathstroke number 1.
Joe Manganiello, I think it's Manganiello, but I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
So Joey M, okay, we'll call him Joey M. He was rumored to be in Suicide Squad as Deathstroke, you know, a year or two ago.
He was also up for Batman.
And that would be great. That would be awesome. He wasn't in Suicide Squad. But we also know that there were a lot of reshoots and a lot of deleted footage for Suicide Squad. So, maybe he was cast way back then and they're just now getting around to figuring out how they want to use him. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking too.
It's also not unheard of for deleted scenes from one movie to be recycled into another movie.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what we're seeing. I don't know.
A lot of people said that
it could be anything because literally all we have is 13 seconds of video from Ben Affleck's basement.
A lot of people said that what probably happened was that Joe Manuelo tested for Deadshot but didn't get the part, and then they came back to him for Deathstroke. That's what people are saying now. But
Or Batman.
Yeah, about Deathstroke for me, I'm just going to go off of... I'm sort of echo Will's sentiments as well, but I'm just going to go off what we know. Look, Deathstroke is in the DCEU. Yay. In what capacity? What movie? Who knows? I mean, the only thing I do disagree with, I do not think that is a deleted scene. I just don't.
Yeah, I don't think it's a deleted scene.
I don't think it's a deleted scene, but I hope he's not in Justice League. Maybe that's a post-credit, because the only thing, I don't want to speculate too much, the only thing that confused me about that was the Batmobile behind Deathstroke.
He was on the Flying Fox, so that's...
Yeah, but why would he be there? That's the only thing that's kind of like...
No, but I just mean the Batmobile would be on there, so if he just...
Yeah, the Batmobile will be on there, but why is Deathstroke...
The Batmobile would be provided.
But that kind of just leads into, why is Deathstroke on the Flying Fox? Did he go on...
And that's a big question.
Yeah, so that's the only thing.
Deathstroke isn't always a villain. It's quite possible, although probably very unlikely. But as long as we're speculating, I mean, maybe obviously he's not going to be in the Justice League, but maybe the Justice League has to form an alliance with him against Darkseid. Maybe that's something.
I doubt
maybe that's something near the end of the movie. Maybe they'll set him up at the beginning of Justice League, and again, this is just me making stuff up off the top of my head. But what if the beginning of Justice League we see Batman fighting Deathstroke, and then so they set up that he's a villain, but Darkseid coming into Justice League Part 2 is going to be such a monumental threat. Maybe Batman allies with Deathstroke, and that's like to be continued. The to be continued moment of Justice League.
I mean, I don't know. That's just funny to me. It's just like, oh my god, Darkseid's here. Let's go get the guy with the swords. So I was just like, but what would be funny? Here's a crazy theory for you: unite the Seven. What if Deathstroke's the Seven?
Sorry, Green Lantern.
Deathstroke is the Seven.
What if Deathstroke?
Has Deathstroke been in the Justice League before?
Will riot.
No, but you know what? There's room for new things, Miller. There's room for new things.
I'm all for it.
He just opens the ship and he's just like, guys, I got a new recruit. And then
what do you guys think of his costume?
I think it's fine. I mean, it looks a little plasticky, but at the same time, it's just test footage.
It's also being recorded off of a camcorder, off of it,
and off of a green screen. So it's just like,
I'm sure it will look off better in motion.
I wish that it had a little more blue in it. It's black and it's orange, and that's fine. But
it has blue to it. It has a little bit of blue to it. I think it does have a little bit of blue.
I just saw black with orange highlights.
I think it has a little bit of shades of blue. I can't really tell from the test footage because it's such shitty quality, but I think it does have a little bit of blue tint because it's basically the Arkham Origins suit on the screen. And the Arkham Origins suit kind of had some light blue to it.
And it is very reminiscent of that.
I think it is awesome. It is exactly what I would want Deathstroke to look like in a live action movie.
My thing is, as excited as I am for this, to see Deathstroke, because I like Deathstroke as a character, but as excited as I am to see however they're going to use him in the movies, because however they use him, I think it's going to be awesome. If he's the Batman villain in the Batman movie, great. If he's some, tertiary character in the Justice League movie, that's great too. My only thing is I'm going to have a hard time being able to divorce myself from the Manu Bennett version on Arrow, because
I'm not gonna have a hard time.
I mean, when I read comics now, Deathstroke is just forever Australian to me. I thought
in a
Manu
more Stephen Lang voice.
I thought Manu Bennett was fantastic.
I think Manu Bennett was good as Deathstroke. I just think he was given such terrible writing that it just tore down his character.
Really?
That was
Well, I mean, he was just out for revenge, which is not Deathstroke at all.
I mean, yeah, but they changed some things for the show.
Context of
It's
that
still
story,
working.
though.
Yeah,
And the great thing about the way they use Deathstroke is that, you know, they introduced him in the flashbacks in season 1, and we got to see the character become, you know, build a relationship with Oliver on the island. So then when we get to season 2 and he's revealed to be the bad guy of season 2, when he betrays Oliver, it's like he's betraying all of us. And that was
and he's
fantastic.
also
Yeah, I mean,
it's
that
nice to
was
see, like,
fantastic. I just think the writing for his character, he was just a little too bitchy. Even though I love season 2, I just think
Yeah,
he
but I
was
mean,
just
he
a
was-
little too bitchy to be Deathstroke.
also losing his mind. I mean, you know, the what is it? The
Marakuru.
the Marakuru, was ruining his head. I mean, and I like that we got to see, because I mean, he's technically Oliver's Joker.
Merlin is more of Oliver's Joker.
That's a different thing for me. But yeah, I like Deathstroke as his Joker.
But Deathstroke and Green Arrow do have a long history in the comics. That's why it bugged me when everybody's like, you know, why are they using all these Batman villains? Deathstroke's a Batman villain. No, you moron. He's definitely not.
Yeah, the Hometown Merlin thing, for me, that's a different conversation.
But I mean, now
I
we see
think
why.
Merlin is being overused in the CW universe.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but
As much as
They
I
should've
love
killed him
John
a long time
Barrowman,
ago.
and I've loved John Barrowman as far back as Doctor Who. I think he's great.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
funny. He's brilliant. I think they're overusing that character, though. I'm like, you know what? I've seen enough of Merlin.
Yeah.
yeah. Just I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent, but I think he should be dead. He just should be dead. But that's just another conversation for
He
another.
should have been dead in season 1.
Yeah.
They should have just killed off his character. That should have just been it. And like,
I liked that they brought him back because he had an arrow. He had such a connection to Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins. I like that they brought him back for the season 3, but I think they should have left him out as season 4 instead of keeping him on as a regular.
Yeah.
But I digress.
but I mean, now we get why they haven't used Slade anymore in the show.
Well, they said that way back when they were talking about using Deathstroke and Suicide Squad. However,
There was
Jeff
another
Johns-
DC project that they were trying to
Jeff
use.
Johns, when they made Jeff Johns chairman of DC Entertainment, he lifted that ban. So the TV shows now have carte blanche to use any movie characters they want. So
Yeah, I
Deathstroke,
know, but I mean, I feel like they would have, because I feel like they would have used Deathstroke again by now if they were allowing them to
Yeah.
do so.
Greg Berlanti and Mark Guggenheim have both said they intended to. They were just told not to.
See, my problem is, why did they have to announce it like this?
By the way, guys,
Oh,
Lewis, he
yeah,
just
this is
joined in.
Lewis.
Yeah, I just joined my bad.
Wait, you talking about Ben Affleck posting the video?
Yeah, I don't know. It could have been like a better reveal. And I just feel like... I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved it. I think it could have been done a bit more oh my god reveal, because it's like, we know who the villain is. Like, I wonder who the actor is, though.
Well, nobody knows.
I
What if
think
that was him in the suit?
The biggest, I'm around 85% sure that it's Joe Manuelo.
Yeah,
Or Joe,
I think
Man,
so.
or whatever we're calling him.
Joey M. He'll be great. I'm totally on board with that. I would prefer to see Stephen Lang be Deathstroke than Cable, though.
I'd prefer.
I'm not a big. I don't think Stephen Lang is big enough to be Cable. He doesn't have the frame. I mean, he's in great shape, but he just doesn't have a frame large enough to be a convincing Cable to me.
But again, I think Stephen Lang's just a very obvious choice for both of them.
I honestly don't know who I'd rather have, Joe Manuelo or Stephen Lang. Stephen Lang, I think, fits the part more, but something about me is just drawn more to Joe Manuelo.
Yeah.
He was originally rumored for Deathstroke and Suicide Squad, and then that rumor got debunked. And then now everyone thinks, because he just followed Zack Snyder before that footage was revealed, that he's playing Deathstroke. And he's in London, which is where Justice League is filming.
And all of that points to him being in Justice League, not in Batman.
the only reason I'm leaning toward him being more involved with the Batman side than the Justice League side is Affleck posted that, not Snyder.
Exactly.
I agree.
That's the only thing. And also, like, we just don't, unless we go off on that crazy theory, which I kind of want to see now, of Deathstroke being the 7. I just think, like, with Justice League, we just need Steppenwolf versus...
Next up, it has been announced, I think this came from Variety, Doug Liman has left Gambit to take on Justice League Dark. What do you guys think of Doug Liman directing Justice League Dark? And I want to know, who would you guys cast in Justice League Dark?
Okay, so it was THR. I think, THR reported it. Yeah, Doug Liman. It might have been a Variety. But Doug Liman, great director. Gambit, go to sleep. Sleep now, sweet prince. It's over. It's done.
How many times has the director quit on Gambit?
I think this is the third one. So, yeah, but Doug Liman, he's a great director. Because, I mean, Edge of Tomorrow, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the first Bourne movie, DC, Warner Brothers and DC has gotten a lot of... They're picking up good talent, so this is another guy to add to their ranks. Justice League Dark, I really hope it's not called that. Because it's just like, even in the comic book, it just makes no sense. These aren't leaguers. They're dealing with...
Apparently it's going to be called Dark.
I mean, technically they are leaguers. They're just in the magic division of the league.
Yeah, but they don't really operate with them, or they don't really stand for the whole entire justice. It's kind of like Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is dealing with stuff bigger.
I get it. Like, Doctor Strange is technically an Avenger, but he's not really an Avenger.
Yeah, but I just hope... Just Justice League Dark, and even throwing Dark on the title, I don't know. But Dark Universe would probably be another good one. But, I mean, and it's assembling all of these characters to fight a threat. Maybe they can add some redemption to the Enchantress. Maybe that'll be, they can redeem that character and make her something else. So, yeah, and I hope the team would be, I guess you said casting the team? I have no idea. I don't know. I would like to really just see what they announced. Etrigan, Zatanna, Deadman. That'd be cool to see how they would do that visually. Constantine, of course, because that's a big fan favorite. And the fifth one, I know you and Will wanted to see Swamp Thing, so hopefully they can do a Swamp Thing.
I'll be honest, I kind of want to see either Raven or an iteration of a magic user that was once a psychic.
That'd be cool.
As for Justice League Dark, I'm on board with the director. Very bad for Fox's Gambit, because
I don't.
Poor little. I mean, it's pity bad though. Like, poor little Channing Tatum's not gonna get to throw any cards around if he is still Gambit. Like, I gave up on that movie.
I honestly think Channing Tatum will leave Gambit to be Shazam.
He should, honestly.
I agree with that. And I think Shazam is a better character for Channing Tatum. He looks more that part.
Yeah.
I agree with what Darren originally said. I think Darren is stillborn, I think Gambit is stillborn. I think Fox needs to just let it go. Yeah, that it's...
No,
it's
go ahead. Sorry.
At any rate, I don't think Gambit is happening. There's just been too much shaken up, too many delays. It was supposed to come out this year, That was the original.
It was supposed to come out like a year before, but it got delayed, and it got delayed again.
No, I think it was supposed to come out a long time ago, like after X-Men.
No, it was originally supposed to come out this October.
Yeah.
Anyway,
or film.
Because this was supposed to be the year of the X-Men, because we were getting an X-Men movie, a Deadpool movie, and the Gambit movie. But I think it's best for Fox to figure out another way to utilize that character in maybe the next X-Men team movie.
Yes. Just throw him in the next X-Men movie.
Or
Jesus.
whatever they want to do with him. But the Gambit movie, stop trying to make it happen, Fox. It's not going to happen.
What happened?
We lost Luis.
Oh. Okay, then.
We lost who?
Luis.
Or Lewis, whatever his name is. Just keep going. Anyways, let's get back to Justice League Dark. Got way off topic. Anyways, who would you guys cast as Constantine and Zatanna and Swamp Thing, since those are the three most known?
I would say, first of all, I like the... I kind of wanted George Miller to direct Justice League Dark, because I think his visual style would be really cool, and I'd rather have him doing this than any other DC movie, but Doug Liman's a great choice, too. As for casting, he'd be a better Green Arrow, but I think Charlie Hunnam would make a really cool Constantine. Then there's I don't really know a lot about the other members, but I also think, and I'm just kind of saying this because Guillermo del Toro was linked to it and they work together a lot, but I think Ron Perlman would be a cool Swamp Thing.
Ron Perlman would be a fantastic Swamp Thing. Now, Swamp Thing more than likely is going to be an all CGI character, but Ron Perlman has the perfect voice to pull it off.
Yeah.
And if they do want to go with an actual prosthetic suit, he also has the physical presence to pull it off too. So I think Ron Perlman's fantastic. I think that Jake Gyllenhaal would be a pretty good Constantine.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I'm all for that.
He's not. I want someone that's British.
Oh yeah. My Justice League kind of thing, like, to finish that off. I believe, like, the actor who's playing, like, Constantine in the Flero universe should be Constantine in any universe. If, like, by some miracle they did it, it'd be cool because Constantine has traveled multiverses and dimensions before. So it wouldn't be anything new. And he's pretty much, like, what's it called? In every, like, at least New 52 and Rebirth. Like, well, New 52, not Rebirth. Rebirth is still going, like, still starting. But in New 52, I think he's the same exact person in every universe. So that'd be kind of, like, you know, pretty cool to see. And since he's already modeled in the comics after Matt Ryan, then, again, it'd be amazing to see that because he's like one of the few characters that he's actually the same person. Like, he looks the same, and like, what's it called? And he acts the same in, like, every universe, so it'd be cool to see.
Well, Guillermo del Toro...
I think they should bring back Keanu Reeves.
Fuck you.
Guillermo del Toro was saying when he was doing it that he was considering using Matt Ryan.
For my fan cast, obviously I'm going to go with Ron Perlman for Swamp Thing. Zatanna, I'm going to go Kate Beckinsale. And then for Constantine, my absolute first choice for Constantine, he's always been my first choice for Constantine, Ewan McGregor.
Ewan.
I think Ewan McGregor could do a good job because he's a brilliant actor and he could literally do anything. But physically, I can't see him being, you know, haggard and worn down and just rough. And I mean, maybe he could do that.
I can't unsee him as Obi-Wan. Like, he's Obi-Wan for me.
Have you seen the trailer for, like, Last Days in the Desert?
Yeah, he can't play ragged. I agree. Yeah, if you're going off of that, he can play ragged.
Did you say he can or he can't?
Yeah, he can. Like, if you're going off of the last Days in the Desert, yeah, he can definitely do that. And also, if he comes back for a Star Wars story for an Obi-Wan film, he's going to have to play a little beat down and ragged too. So sure. I think he can do that.
We'll just have to see. Right now, Ewan McGregor is rumored for Etrigan, which is a quite. Oh my God! Am I just apparently he was originally offered Constantine, and then they decided to give him Etrigan, but that's just a rumor. And apparently,
honestly, I could definitely see Ewan McGregor playing Jason Blood, and then Etrigan being CGI with Ewan McGregor's voice. I could definitely see that.
And then for Constantine, the rumored casting is
Colin Farrell.
Yeah,
we already know who it is.
I could see Colin Farrell as Constantine better than Ewan McGregor because Colin Farrell does that I don't give any fucks role really well. That's and true. Constantine is one person that literally gives zero fucks.
I mean, I guess I can see Colin Farrell as Constantine, but I see Ewan McGregor a lot more than I do Colin Farrell. I'm not really the biggest fan of Colin Farrell. He hasn't really done a lot lately. I mean, but
I'm not the biggest fan of Justice League Dark, so I really don't care who they cast.
Is everyone on board with Ron Perlman for Swamp Thing?
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, I mean, Ron Perlman have Ron Perlman play the entire team.
Oh my God.
Dude, just imagine Ron Perlman as Zatanna.
Yeah, just he's everyone. He even directs the damn thing. You know, just have Ron Perlman run the entire DC universe.
Ron Perlman, I don't know.
If you're going to have one actor play all the parts, then that actor definitely needs to be William Shatner. William Shatner as everyone.
Next, New Mutants has gotten new writers, and they're not what anyone would expect.
I think they were.
They're actually the writers from The Fault in Our Stars. So,
What the
Now, has
fuck?
anyone seen The Fault in Our Stars besides me?
Yeah, I've seen The Fault in Our Stars, and it's
I mean,
great.
I love the movie.
I love that.
It's an amazing movie.
But just because
Why?
you're known for one thing doesn't mean you can't do anything else.
Well, yeah, I
I know, but
don't really,
it's still an odd choice.
I don't really.
I mean,
James
James Gunn was an odd choice for Guardians of the Galaxy. He did Slither. I mean, you can't, just because you're known for that one thing doesn't
Yeah,
mean
but James Gunn was that kind of weird director. I mean, yeah, I still think James
yeah, but
Gunn.
that doesn't mean he was good.
Yeah, that doesn't mean, or even Joss Whedon jumping onto a giant film like The Avengers doing Buffy. You know, so
Right.
it's
Joss
just like,
Whedon had literally only directed one movie.
yeah, so I mean, look, and it's someone, Joss Boone, I've been waiting for this movie, New Mutants, because the New Mutants, to me, I feel like that is the film that can really get the X-Men the X-Men universe back on track. It could be similar to First Class, because First Class, we had a few Bryan Singer films, we had a little flop with Last Stand in X-Men Origins, brought in Matthew Vaughn, we got it back on track, and then we got Days of Future Past. So I think the same thing can happen with New Mutants, and also Joss Boone. These are his writing partners. So Joss Boone is also on The Stand. The Stand, that's Stephen King's adaptation. He's also on Lestat. Yeah, and he's also on that adaptation. So he's been working with these writers for a while. So yeah, I think it's a smart move to bring in someone that you know, someone that you trust to polish up your movie. Because and I also want this movie to kind of get started. So I'm really interested to see what his take on it will be. What are you guys' thoughts on New Mutants?
I think we're going to either see McAvoy return as Professor Xavier, or we might even see Professor Xavier recast again. Now, I think that's kind of a stretch, but it is possible that they could go with somebody that's more age appropriate. Because, to be honest, in X-Men Apocalypse, I didn't buy that McAvoy was in his mid-40s. I just didn't buy it.
Are the New Mutant writers?
I'm not on board with it. I mean, for right now, I'm not really on board with it because they haven't done anything except for just
Fault in Our Stars.
They did Fault in Our Stars, and they did
didn't really write it.
Spectacular Now and Paper Towns.
Wait,
Wait, they did Spectacular Now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
But I mean, I think Spectacular Now was good. The only thing that Josh Boone has done is Fault in Our Stars and some other
he did Stuck in Love.
apparently not good romance movie. So we'll just.
Well, I mean, he did Stuck in Love, and I like that movie as well.
I think given their varying quality of these writers' work, because Paper Towns is kind of pretentious, and I didn't really care for Fault in Our Stars, but I like Spectacular Now. But I think even with me not really caring for those most of those movies, I think their tone that they have in their writing will work for something like this.
Anyways, up next on our topics, the first full trailer for Jonathan Nolan's Westworld dropped today, which will air on October 2nd on HBO. It's about amusement. Basically, it's about an amusement park full of cowboy robots and stuff happens. What did you guys think of the trailer? I thought it was awesome. What did you guys think?
Haven't seen it.
I absolutely loved it. I actually did a reaction that's going to be posted on our channel in a bit. But I absolutely love this trailer. I cannot wait for this show. I mean, this show is literally the reason I'm buying HBO come October. So, and I love AI stories. I have always loved artificial intelligence stories, and the talent they got behind this show running with Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy. J.J. Abrams is also in the mix. So, in the cast they got, the production value that HBO always puts out with their shows is fantastic. So I really can't wait for the show.
I have no opinion on this subject. I thought Westworld was a good movie, the Yul Brynner one. It's a great, B movie. But I didn't see the trailer, so I can't really comment on the series.
Okay, well, cool. So I guess everyone that saw it liked it. So
I haven't watched the trailer, but I think it'll be great because I've seen other trailers.
Box office. Don't Breathe ended up. I know Don't Breathe dethroned Suicide Squad for first place with $26.4 million domestically. Then Suicide Squad was bumped down to second place with $12 million. making $12 million over the weekend, and then Cuba bringing and Suicide Squad is really close to $700 million worldwide. Kubo and the Two Strings came in third with $7.8 million domestically. Sausage Party came in fourth with $7.5 million domestically. Mechanic Resurrection flopped with 7.5, just under Sausage Party with 7.5 million domestically. What do you guys think of these numbers, and what are your predictions for next week?
Yeah, I love them. I mean, they're. I'm happy to see Don't Breathe doing so well, because it was a great movie. It was one of the better horror movies of this year. The horror genre is doing great this year, and I'm also happy to see that 3 spots out of the top 5 are original films. People are always asking, where's the original movies? Where are there new ideas? I'm happy to see that people are actually going to see them now. Just see a few of them at least. And I'm also happy for Suicide Squad that it is doing well. And Mechanic Resurrection, I don't know. But yeah, so in predictions for next weekend, I have what's coming out next weekend.
Like Connections, Yoga Hosers, and Morgan.
I hope Morgan does well.
I hope Yoga Hosers does well, because Kevin Smith hasn't had a real hit in a while.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith just needs to stick to TV.
Kevin Smith needs to hurry up with Clerks 3.
Awful.
I'll be honest, his directorial debut on The Flash, like him directing The Flash, was amazing. Like, the episode he directed was honestly pretty awesome.
That's
so
my
his
favorite
directing,
episode of The Flash.
yeah, his directing
what I loved
skills
about it,
are there.
It really fit Kevin Smith's style, too, because Kevin Smith is notorious for pretty much making movies where the characters just stand around and talk. And in that Flash episode, Barry was trapped in the Speed Force going around just talking to people. Like, there was very little action in that episode, but it was
And I
great.
still loved it, though.
Yeah, it was great. But it also, it fit Kevin Smith. Like, you're watching it and going, I can totally see Kevin Smith, his fingerprints on this.
Yeah, but I gotta go back and watch that episode, because I guess I'm the only person who thought that episode was okay. So.
My predictions for next week, I'm hoping The Light Between Oceans will come in first place, but honestly, I kind of doubt it. I think Morgan will probably flop, and Suicide Squad will probably hold third or fourth place.
Yeah, I think Don't Breathe coming in 2 weeks in a row at number 1 is probably a safe bet.
I'm just worried about The Light Between Oceans flopping.
I don't think it will.
Because it hasn't really been marketed that well. Because, I mean, it just... I've seen a couple of TV spots, and that's about it.
Yeah, it hasn't really been marketed at all.
Yeah, I think it's going to do what it's supposed to do, and just, hopefully it's an awards contender. So I think it's The Light Between the Oceans is going to do what it's supposed to do.
I know this is only the first review on Rotten Tomatoes, but the first 2 reviews have been negative, so that's kind of got me worried.
That's not good.
For our discussion topic, what is you guys' most anticipated movie for the rest of the year?
La La Land.
Definitely Rogue One.
I don't know. I think Doctor Strange is gonna Guardians of the Galaxy. Not a lot of I know who Doctor Strange is. You guys know who he is, but not a lot of people know who he is outside of the geek and comic book reader world. And I think his movie, if done right and not pretty much if it doesn't look like Inception too much, I think it can do very, very well.
Doctor Strange is either going to be Marvel's second Guardians of the Galaxy or their second Incredible Hulk.
For the rest of the year, I'm probably going to go with Will as well about Rogue One. Very much looking forward to that movie. It's going to be the first Star Wars movie that it's actually a war, so that's going to be nice to see. And I've always wanted to see a Star Wars movie. I know Vader's going to be in there. I know the Force is still going to be prevalent, but this is a Jedi movie without. I mean, not Jedi movie. This is a Star Wars movie without Jedi, and I like that. I really hope this movie lives up to the idea of Gareth Edwards saying, this is people on their own. God's not coming to save them. They have to band together to fight this threat. Yeah, hopefully that movie delivers on that. And a close runner-up would be Doctor Strange, of course. Very much looking forward to that film. I really hope it's trippy and really brings the Marvel Cinematic Universe into a new dimension. Honestly, third would be Deepwater Horizon. I'm curious. I'm really curious about that movie to see how it goes over. So
yeah.
My top three, I got to go with Miller for number one. Ever since that second trailer of La La Land, I said, you know what? Rogue One, you look good, but La La Land looks better. I mean, La La Land just looks absolutely fantastic. I am so excited for La La Land. And then number two would be Rogue One. And, I mean, Rogue One looks great, but, you know, it's La La Land and Damien Chazelle. And then number three would probably be either Hacksaw Ridge or Doctor Strange.
I just want to add one last thing. Gene Wilder passed away earlier this evening.
I forgot about
that.
So yeah, just rest in peace. He's still Willy Wonka to a lot of us. So rest in peace.
Yeah, when we get done with the podcast, I'm probably going to watch Young Frankenstein, maybe Blazing Saddles.
Okay, guys. Well, that'll do it for this episode of our podcast. Make sure you visit our website, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and give us a follow on Instagram. And keep it locked on Cinema Squad for the latest news updates. And we'll see you later.
Bye.
Yeah.